want a wall, how thick this baby is. If I want a wall with a lot of pattern, I might show the client this model. Now, I have to be very careful with this, don't I? Very, very careful, because this has a graining. And I know that, talk about focus, this one would have focus if it was on the wall correctly. So you've got the focus of this completely on the wall. So you would go to the stone yard, and what you would do is you would select your different lots. And maybe you'd match your graining, or maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you want it kind of chaotic. But feel how heavy this is. So if I was in a paper house, I couldn't do a wall like this, could I? It has to be a building like this that has a concrete floor. It has to have steel. That's when we use something that's as thick as this. Suppose that I want to do, I don't know, find another one. Oops. Ceramic tiles for a beautiful little bathroom, or a wall. This could be a wall too. It could be a very beautiful wall. And it has a hexagon. So I'm going to have to measure and see how many hexagons, because this takes up a lot of space. And I'm probably going to have to make sure that this finish is consistent, because this is baked on. But I would take this to the client's house, or I'd take it to the architect's office, and we would lay this out, and maybe we'd say, I want this as the shower wall, and I want this as the floor, I want this for the shower wall. So I don't just talk like I do in class. I bring my actual products to my clients, because they need to, do you like the waviness or you don't like the waviness? Would you like a tile with wavy or not? No. Okay, goodbye. She gave her answer. So I go back to my sources. Where do I find one? I go back to my sources. What about this? Do you want this kind of wall? Kind of Moroccan? Oh, she's a bad client. Really bad.
What's your name?
Bethany.
Okay. Note taken.
Okay, how about this? Just kind of a matte finish, kind of. Okay, there we are. Oh, we have a happy client at last.
You're not just saying that just to not be.
No, she knows what she likes. Every client knows what they like or they don't like. So then what I would do is I would go to the manufacturer. I would make sure I had the right number. I would tell the architect, I'd tell the contractor, I'd order it and it would arrive, and then I would go and work with the installer and say, I want this to go edge like that, I don't want it to go like that. So I work on the details, This is flooring and wall covering. So if I look here and go over to these bins, over here, then I might be looking at glass. So maybe I want brown painted glass on the back. Maybe I want metallic, like what that metallic wall covering we had. Here's our metallic right here. So the metallic is a finish that's put on glass. So maybe the backsplash behind your kitchen, it doesn't have to be tile all the time. It could be back painted glass. So I could say whatever color I want on the back here. But I show it to my client in these small little samples. So when you do your final project, if you need a wood sample or you need a stone sample, you can always come up here and use these. Now let's go over here. So let's say I'm doing an old-fashioned traditional space. Maybe this is the floor molding I want, right here. So I give this to the contractor, I check with the architect, we agree on this, or maybe I want a weathered floor. So this is a weathered floor. So what did they do? They took the wood, the oak, they want the grain to show so you can see the grain is showing, and then they put an acid on it and they weathered it. So it's a little more, I would say modern, a lot of modern places use this, but it's also got a country look to it. What about if I want a dark, sort of mahoganies and brown floor? I would show this sample to my client, and on the back is all the information. Because it doesn't come in every size group. You can't say, oh, like 3 by 17, and the guy looks at me like, no. Did you look at the back? What if I want